Act 2. To Moonrise.
It's a grim task, but the way I hear it, the fighting's not done yet. You need to resupply.
So many high-level scrolls. Like chain lightning, like one chain lightning.
Lady... Just tell me what you need.
Well, it ends not as bad as it could have.
There is work to do. My faith will guide me.
Get out of here.
All right, what now? That's a friendly-looking shadow. Let's get in and out. Little bit of this, little bit of that. All mine. Surely no one will notice. Well, that's interesting. What to choose? I can take what I please. From your look into mine, using a 5-finger discount. Not up for trading today, I'm afraid.
Let's get on with it.
Let's not get caught off guard. Carefully now. What to take? Interesting selection. Nice. Surely no one will notice. Interesting selection. What to take? Not up for trading today, I'm afraid. Nice. Using a 5-finger discount, I can take what I please. From your look into mine.
Try again.
Taking my time in the shadows. Don't mind if I do. Using a 5-finger discount. I can take what I please. Surely no one will notice. I can take what I please. All mine. Well, that's interesting. Little bit of this, little bit of that.
That'll be fine.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Thief's been emptying pockets around here. Your honesty.
Part of this.
Come what may. The tempest that blows clear this accursed place. As long as we hold this floor, the tower is ours. I'll stay here. Ensure no one comes up or down without a scimitar welcome. You're close now. A final audience with Ketheric Thorm awaits. Ha! Keen eye. I suppose I could be persuaded. Fair enough. The time has come. Ketheric will taste of death at last.
What have you done? What have you done to me? There is no redemption, can't you see? It is too late. If Melodia could see all I've done, she'd know. She'd know her husband died long ago with Isabel. Unlike Isabel, he could not be brought back. I wish it could be so. I do. But the Moon Maiden did not intervene when my life was dismantled piece by piece. And when I tried to buy it back, it cost me everything. Everything. We are copper pieces in their belts. Tokens to be traded for scraps. You have beaten me, true soul. But the gods beat me first. Aelin.
Rise, you dog! Retribution has come, and her sword is my sword.
Aelin, I was hoping you'd come.
Free from your shackles. Free from the pets you sicked on me for 100 years. Do I frighten you, old man?
Nothing frightens me. Not anymore. Let us finish this, Aelin. I have a price to pay for my power. It will cost me your life. For my own, I have already paid. You have one last chance to bow. Once it's gone, I'll have no choice but to destroy you both. Do you hear? Bow! The prism. You've had it all this time. You worm. You will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side!
Okay, what do we got here? Just let me see. Don't know what Horde Strike in.
On my way.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Wonder if the gods are watching me.
What should
I'm heating up. Watch this! No surrender.
What must be done? The straight path.
Focus your attack, soldiers!
No choice but to keep going. Nothing important is ever easy.
Got to focus. On my way.
Well, so much for peace. What do I have to lose? With haste. My turn.
I think I could go another round. No rest, be you wicked or wise.
Time to push my luck again.
All right, Karlak. It's go time.
Where do I go from here?
Talk to me.
Still breathing, despite everything. Give in.
You still have time to surrender.
My lord beckons me.
Why is it carved?
You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
That tentacle was colossal. How can such a thing be possible?
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Survival is all that matters. Can't slow down. I wonder if this is worth the cost.
That thing came from below. We need to find out where it took Ketherick.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Can't give up now. Right tool will do the trick.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Hey-ho.
There's no time to waste.
No one stopped me yet.
Looking ahead.
The General will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again. I certainly do. You have numbers enough already, I think. You'll want a small force, if you are to finish this quickly. Good hunting.
The hole yawns back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
This is an Illithid colony. This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
All of this sitting beneath Moonrise. For how long? And how deep does it go?
Descend, assemble. Descend, assemble. Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a tempest.
Stench! I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here.
Friend, we remember you well. You saved us once. Perhaps you can do it again? They are not kind to us here. We are different, they say, aberrant. They wish to repurpose us, destroy what they cannot fix. Please, help us escape harm. Oh, thank
So much blood. The Illithid.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been hollowed out to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its hollow mind for anything that could serve you. Pliant as well-worn boots, his shiver of impact, crack of bone. He removes the brains, digs free the squirming tadpoles. The unworthy one.
Part of one mind.
With a lurch, you
But there is one. Little same song. As you.
You're violent.
Living mate. Not for long. Time for jump.
Need to stay focused.
Still on my feet.
Another fight. Let's go.
No choice but to keep going.
At last. No more. Sure. Sure.
Smell blood.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Can't give up.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Let's get going. Come on, open up.
We are free! Thank you, friend. But perils remain, near and far. Better to stay together. You and us, we will remain with you. Call us, and we will be at your side.
What to do?
Prepare the march. My chosen gather below.
This calls for careful footwork.
Need to keep focused.
Nothing will stand in my way. then.
A long way to go still.
Onward. What's cooking? I've got it. Survival is all that matters. Keep going. Well, so much for peace. Breathe deep and move.
Oh, there's a death ship right here.
Nothing will stand in my way. What path lies before me?
Still on my feet.
Need to act fast.
Put him up.
It's not even ice yet. Love it.
Can't give up. Not now.
Blood comes easy these days.
What now?
Nothing important is ever easy.
Ready for another round?
Flip. Yeah, there.
I got this. Sometimes the only way out is through.
Another fight. Let's go.
stay idle. Can't even catch my breath.
Let's end this.
Never a dull moment.
Time to push my luck again.
What now?
Bye forever, pal.
Let's finish this.
Nothing important is ever easy. Another fight. Let's go. What path lies before me?
I won't give in.
Ready.
The moment comes. The absolute moves. Not design, but death.
The console bursts into life. A mind touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like. The console glows as you approach, the mind still desperate. console glows as you.
Master, welcome.
That should do it. Time to see what's back there.
Your tadpole echoes. That loss blooms and just as suddenly, pain and...
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
for salvation. The chosen are my heart, and you my many hands.
Fine bones, sharp jaw. Some variety of elf? Pretty enough for a flesh prison, if not the noble Githzerai features I was born with.
The monk-like Githzerai, sibling race to the warrior Githyanki. Their contempt for one another is eclipsed only by their shared hatred of the Illithids.
I'd guess you're no willing guest of the Gate either. Perhaps we might aid one another. My order taught a psionic technique much feared by the Gate. They destroyed us for it, and kept me as a trophy. I never broke, but I've spent all these centuries awake, aware. So here is my offer. Use your tadpole, erase me, and I will pass my technique on to you.
You catch the lie. The monk isn't telling everything.
All right, the Gate did not find my monastery. I led them there. They promised me immortality, and they gave it. I have been their rotting trophy for centuries.
As her agitation swells, so does her latent psionic power. To your tadpole, that guilt and terror are almost fragrant. You realize the Illithids locked her away not as a trophy, but as a fine vintage.
Please, touch my mind and purge it. The moment you do, my knowledge will be yours.
The awareness that floods you is nothing like the tadpole. It is tentative and tinged with the loneliness of eons. It fades beneath your touch, but you feel something left behind. A fragment.
It is only knowledge yet, without comprehension. But when you use it, you will see. And I see.
Oh, well, good feelings never last, I suppose.
Discern, faithful. We depart. The moment comes. The absolute moves.
Soldier.
Descend, assemble.
Let's get going.
Evacuate. Descend. Prepare.
Whole fleet of nautiloids. How many true souls have passed through this place?
Descend, assemble, prepare.
What's the story?
Blood comes easy these days.
Blood comes easy these days. Need to find a way forward.
Fuck yes.
Close ranks.
I'm ready. Moving.
You will beg for death long before we grant it.
Well, so much for peace.
This is gonna feel good.
What's the plan?
Not even the word on your carcass once I'm done with you.
Very well.
I won't give in. With haste.
Let's go. Over there.
My faith will protect me. Got to move.
Hurry now. The city calls out for salvation. Chosen are my heart, and you my many hands.
Brine pools, but empty of tadpoles. Unusual. Harvesting all the larvae indicates they are getting ready for something big.
Of many hearts, one soul. Prepare the march. My chosen gather below. Descend, faithful. We depart. The moment comes. The absolute moves.
That pod. Is that Azura inside?
By Grazit's cock, it's about time you came! Thought you'd have figured it out by now. Now, enough sniffing around and get me out of this thing.
Do it, and I'll let Will off his leash. A devil always keeps her promises.
Your eyes turn to the control panel next to the pod. It has two devices marked with elithid symbols. The controls are open to your tadpole's command, to your authority. You decipher the symbol. It's an elithid sigil, meaning unleash. The symbol's meaning comes into focus. Annihilate.
Good work. I'd give you a gold star, but I'm fresh out. As for the pact... Clause Z, Section 13. If the Soulbinder consents to separation, she will release the Soul Bearer from all obligation within 6 months.
6 months? We could be long dead before that long's elapsed.
Ignorant thing. It's always the terms and conditions that get you. dead serious. Don't let the smile fool you. Right. I'm out of here. I need a long bath. I'll leave you to your very serious business. But don't you fret. If you survive this place, I'll find you. The pup will be needing me. Count on it. Oh, and ask Will how we met. I've loosened his tongue. It's real cracker of a tale. Ta-ta.
Mind flayers and civilians, side by side. This must be where they infect and transform those they kidnap.
You remember the shattered windows of Alteral's High Cathedral, the burning black sky of Avernus beyond. In its horror, the blood war unites you. Tiefling, dwarf, and elf alike huddle behind the shields of your paladin order, waiting for salvation. Your tadpole forms a telepathic connection with the device. And a chorus, every mind flayer in the room calls out hungrily from its pod, seeking release and sustenance. But there are others in the pods, those not yet infected, not yet elithid, terrified, desperate to escape. The device is open to your tadpole's command, to your authority.
Making me sweat.
I feel like a rosé in a tea shop.
What to do?
I'm ready.
Survival is all that matters.
Can't afford to let up.
Got to move.
the coast.
Got to concentrate.
Where do I go from here?
What should I do?
Hells. I didn't think I was going to make it. Thank you. I owe you an explanation. Much more than that. But first, please, the others, the ambush. Tell me they survived. You've heard some of it, I'm sure. That I froze, or broke, or some other lie that is kinder than the truth. We were ambushed by cultists, yes. And then I heard her, their false god, whispering promises in my mind. I would be a paladin again, with a god's purpose, a god's power. Everything I needed to protect my people. And all the while, the cult tortured them. They fought and ran and died around me, while I imagined myself their savior. By the time I regained my senses, it was too late. I did not just surrender to the Absolute. For a moment, I welcomed it. I fell short of that mark in Avernus, and even so, it was not so bad as this. I won't make excuses. I can't make amends. But I know something of what you came to do. I want to help, if you'll let me. Ketherick is below. He thinks you're no longer a menace. Descend and show him how wrong he is. If there are any more survivors to be found, I'll find them and lead them out of this place. They have you. Go, my friend.
stench. I'm beginning to think I should have... Is there any news about Duke Ravengard? Did he get out alive?
I don't know how to thank you. This is a bleeding shit show. Half my squad's dead. We came here to rescue Duke Ravengard. But, yeah. He was in one... He was still human.
Seems I can understand Illithid script. Thank you, Tadpole.
Descend, assemble. Descend.
Hey, good looking.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Descend, assemble. Evacuate.
Platform's already here.
I wonder what the next move is.
Don't burn yourself.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Descend. Prepare. and assemble.
No one stopped me yet. Is anyone else's tadpole squirming around or something unusual?
First, Catherine, find it all.
It's almost like it's excited by something, drawn to it.
No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Motherfucker! Gortash!
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure. Like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time. And you ran from her.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow.
The Edict of Bane. The Lash of Ball.
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard. The Absolute.
Helm preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way!
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. Finer champions than you have tried and failed. But perhaps they lacked the fear that drives you. Your freedom hanging in the balance. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. Repent? Would that even be possible? Perhaps. No. There is no repentance. No release. My debt can never be repaid. He is here. He is watching. He is listening. He is... You dare end one who belongs to me. I am the smile of the worm-cleansed skull. I am the regrets of those who remain, and the restlessness of those who are gone. I am the haunt of mausoleums, the god of graves and age, of dust and dusk. I am Merkel, lord of bones, and you have slain my chosen. But it is no matter, for I am death, and I am not the end. I am a beginning.
Well, fuck.
night songs in that cage, Ketherick will keep getting back up.
All set, I guess.
Breathe deep and move.
Time to push my luck again. Never a dull moment.
Ready. Onward.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Gods, it's hot in here. Count on me.
What now? One day I'll catch a break.
Watch your soul, Oathbreaker.
Now this is my happy place.
this everything?
Oh my word.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Stay idle.
Let's finish this.
Nothing will stand in my way. I've got this.
Moving.
Can't even catch my breath.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
Now, we pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed!
You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
Chosen of Merkel is dead. Permanently, this time.
Ketheric's Netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened. The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are Netherstones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain. One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. A worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three. Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers, a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death God's chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How? I'd never have protected a Bay Knight even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast! He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him! He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Like your mind wants you dead.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. An elder brain reminds me of old times. Extensively. Mind flayers too. But I never dreamed it is most but take courage. You have a nether stone. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them. Of course, falling foul of Ketheric convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. But we ventured into darkness together. Now we've come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. How does it compare to a shadow-cursed inn? With the Absolute's army gone, there's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthelan's Dancing Axe. Beyond that, our course is yours to set. I can recall how to take or...
I will never tire of sitting on dead men's thrones. Yes. Although I wish we had collaborated on the killing itself. But I will satisfy my warlust soon, for there are greater challenges than Ketheric ahead of us. It is clear now that he was not working alone. During my time in the cult, I came to know one of his co-conspirators all too well. Baal's bloodletter. Orin. To think, I thought her to be speaking for the Absolute. I worshipped that woman. Jealous? You needn't be. When Orin is in my hands, her agony will nourish me. She is the Iblis who indoctrinated me with the Absolute's lies. When I first visited Moonrise, I stood before the Absolute in awe. It was more of an idea than an entity. Pure love. Total power. Orin was by my side. She told me that God had chosen me to be a true soul. Blessed and adored. Now I know that those memories are lies. There was no God. Orin held me down in a cocoon of flesh, while a mind flayer forced a parasite into my brain. And she laughed at my fear. I will find her. I will murder her. And I will smile. Let them think that. There is a short path from Savior to ruler. A short and bloody path. I know it well, and we will walk it together. But Baldur's Gate is a mere bauble. We have the chance to seize something much greater. Surely you see it. In killing Ketheric, we fractured the cult's leadership. When we break the other Chosen and claim their Netherstones, we can take control. I would have thought this entire conspiracy of gods and monsters to be impossible if I had not seen it for myself. We may fail, but we must try. The power of the enslaved Elder Brain could reshape the world. We could reshape the world. Patience. If we do not prepare, Baldur's Gate will be our tomb. But if we are wise, it will be our dominion. First, we take the Netherstones, then the brain, then the world. And then we will need no gods. We will be their equal. We will be absolute. We have a purpose and a bond. By my oath, I will fight with you, while that purpose holds. There is yet one thing about you that troubles me, though. Something I need you to explain. Why come to Moonrise, where the cult's power is strongest? Why not walk away? True. But do not lose yourself to despair and fatalism. They tried to make victims of us. But we can take this opportunity to become gods. Now, I am ready to leave this damned place whenever you give the word. The city awaits.
Matters to discuss.
That was a interesting.
In the curse. Horrible than you can imagine. Find me.
Make haste. I would have words with you.
Thanks for watching out for me. You lot could have tossed me back in the shadows.
You're one of us. No fist left behind.
I'm glad that's still the case.
New perils await beyond the horizon.
Why, yes. Once Althea is done with this song, we will be looking for patrons. All coppers welcome, pal. So? It's just Mole's Eye. Did you want something, or are you just here to stir? Exactly. I'm gonna get... You're here. Good. Me? Oh, I'm fine. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. Oh! Oh, I have an idea! Yes! I've... That was a blast.
It's like when you get used, it's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant. Gruff. I don't know. I hope you can save him. For the good. Besides, Nathaniel should have you too. curse.
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do Illithids possess souls? No. Nor canst thou count mind flayers among them. Yet, the three amass an Illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services. Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold. No. Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness. Baal, Lord of Murder. Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished. As one, and as three. The Alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Maybe we can pawn off some of the stuff.
Aelin! Isabel! My love. You were dead. I saw your body. I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo. I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead. His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right? I will be. And you? In this moment, I want for nothing. Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? We look forward to it.
You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
I'll be ready. Whatever you have to say had better be worth your life.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more.
The shadow's grip is broken, not as glad as nature moves at its own pace. And bestow.
You need to eat before we head off, alright?
Just tell me what you need. Ladylike.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset. Halsin's strength and loyalty will... But if we are to succeed, we will need others. Even if the buildings are demolished, Baldur's Gate may not know. Seek on its street together.
Baldur's Gate. I'm coming home. And I'll get there before the Absolute.
There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been. Who? Oh, right. Well, forget about that, Magungus. We have more important things to worry about. Like Wulbrin. Oh, forget about that. Wulbrin and the Iron Hand Gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have rune powder, they have motive. We have to stop them. Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like a geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose. Knowing when to ask for help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. You helped me in this god's awful quagmire. When we're back in the city, I'll be fully in my element once more. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend. I'll be seeing you...
Perhaps the Iron Hands could return here. I owe you an apology. Barkus and I are another matter. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky... I apologize for not seeing your true work. I wasn't sure you would. And that's precise. The Iron Hand Gnomes are going to save the city. And you can be part of it.
You see a column of fire that dominates the sky in a blazing inferno. Nothing more.
The plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand Gnomes to every corner of the realm. Problem is, Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it.
Thanks, Nichols. And the stone.
You are welcome.
better than nothing.
Hells. Torchlight won't last long here.
Can't afford to stay idle.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
All right, what now?
Better be. It hasn't been that long.
Feels like forever.
Can't believe it. And by killing him, you set him free. A great dear Ketheric. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was when an emissary of Selûne came to our little town. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight? That's exactly lucky for me. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance, but then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then, I didn't know that then, but I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. I found last light within the shadows, made a shelter there, prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jahira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. It's all out in the open now, and I'm grateful.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great and feel my moon maiden Cerulia, my mate most high. Darling Isabel is blessings upon the slayer of the wicked one. We are a powerful party indeed. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Do I not radiate with... There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb. Why, she already has. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this... Ketheric Thorm. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me. Even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel when she died. Curse the day, the hour. We each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is...
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. You wanted something? I'm sorry.
Gods be damned. Should Baldur's Gate... We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my...
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
As would I. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke, and was called away to Elturel to help...
That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill, the Queen of Chaos awakens. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. There they were.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved. And there is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate.
She read the terms while two devils stood witness. And I said yes. One soul for one city.
She didn't. She came. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mazora's ever said. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I don't know that it was brave. The moment I agreed, I burned. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flame. My soul was bound, and my lip. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and he returned to an I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did. I understand.
I would not linger in this land over long, but...
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. I can't say for certain, but we'll see. I have anyway. Once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. And I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to gift this land.
I guess I can...
I, for one, will miss the Shadow Curse. For all the pain it caused us, it did at least obscure the incessant sun. I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader. Life was crueler to him than death. It is no great wonder that he found his strength in Merkel. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First, Shah and her sister, then the three behind the Absolute. I sympathize. It is a sharp mind that feels sympathy for one who suffers unnecessarily, not a soft heart. I saw strength in Ketheric that had been diluted by pain, but I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones and lets them be dust. A true soul came to my city. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden. I would have picked prettier corpses if my intentions had been aesthetic. This was a warning against heresy. I was not content with the warning, though. I intended to wage war on their even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. Yeah, all it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. No. I was prepared for combat. As it turned out, to my shame, I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins. the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden Ketherick expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery. Perhaps I deserved what came after, though. Ketherick proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menza Baranzan. I admit, he invited me to the head of his table, as his guest of... It was not the food I should have been wary of. It was the pale woman at the foot of the table. Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them. Few things frighten me. Orin is one of them. Ketherick held me still, his hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. "I want this one," she said. Ketherick nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye, herself. I deserved it. You know the rest as well as I do. Then there was you. Soon there will be vengeance.
My faith protects me.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come, moon my blessings upon the slayer of the wicked one. We are up. My darling Isabel says we will stay ally. I am free. You must face them. I will have... My resplendence honors yours. No doubt you do. But I will come to you when Mother Seluna deems the moment is right. Patience, girl. It will come soon enough. And you cannot unlearn the truths I have to share.
I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
Curse will soon be forgotten, thanks to us.
The Absolute's armies are on the march. And Baldur's Gate is their target.
Hope you're keeping well.
You smell very delicious, but I... Ooh, more.
I guess I can... I would not linger in this land over long.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere. You remember that it is a common rite among Seluna's followers to send their children off into the woods to find their way home. Perhaps this time it had gone awry. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet forearmed. I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Seluna has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad. Fine. What's on your mind? Must I? Thinking about it won't find a way to rid. We've no solid.
If you discover anything that might help us, I'm all ears.
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced. He got his claws into me early. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemy. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just, I kept him safe, and he paid me well. Well enough to move my folks into a better neighborhood. I respected him, trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't.
Alright. And with that concluding Act 2, I'm going to take a break and then start